Hello guys, Jontti500 here, and today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. This will be the first episode of a new series that I call Game Time. And basically what I'm gonna try to do with the show is play a game with a guest, and then I'm gonna talk about gaming history. Like, everyone has a story when it comes to gaming. You know, how you got started, which kind of games you have played, and also how you have evolved your gaming as you have grown up. And this is something I actually wanna try and do with this series. And it is something different, definitely. So what I'm gonna do, like with this first episode, is just tell my own story, how I have started gaming and how I have evolved from my start to the gamer that I am today. And in the future I will have guests on, and we will talk about their stories and talk about different games. So it's gonna serve as a little bit of a, maybe like a podcast or something like that. But it's right now the name for the series, at least for now, is Game Time. And today it's Game Time with Jontti500, myself. So I'm gonna be playing GTA single player mode, and I'm just gonna let that roll in the background as I talk. So let's get started. So I want to start about talking about the early days of gaming. I was very late introduced to gaming. I think it was in my late like around when I was 10 to 12 years old. Like, my first memories of gaming was just sitting at friends' houses, playing with them, and also I didn't have that many friends growing up. I was sort of the outcast, you know, the kid that didn't get to play with the other kids. That was me, and it definitely I don't have that many memories from my childhood, mainly because of that. So, but I have some. I had a few really good friends that I also am friends with today, that I made. And today I have a lot of good friends, and we all get along. I get along with them really well, and I'm really happy that that worked out for me. But back in the beginning of my life, I was definitely a loner, and also just my region where I grew up, and also my family was highly religious. It also means that things like video games and films and TV were not looked upon that nicely. I'm in that kind of religious upbringing. So my first real gaming that I did with the few friends I had. We used to play like these kind of different simulators, and also mostly hunting and flying simulators. And I honestly have had quite a good fun with that, but we never really got to play on our own. Later on we started actually playing with my cousins. We played games like Crash Bandicoot and those kind of, you know, kid-friendly games, and my parents actually approved of these games and allowed me to play these. And soon after I have played Crash Bandicoot with my cousins quite a lot. I actually started playing, we actually bought a PS1. My mom and dad bought a PS1 for us so we could play some different games, and many of the games that we played at the beginning were games like Crash Bandicoot. And Crash Bandicoot I played a lot. Like, I really love that game series even today, and I really hope that they will bring that back. For those, if you haven't played Crash Bandicoot, that is definitely something you might want to pick up. It's a fantastic game, a really nice platforming kind of game. Anyways, after we had played like kids-friendly games like that for a while, my dad actually allowed us to use his old He had an old NES from his childhood locked away, And once we got old enough that he felt like we could handle it, he let us play on it. And originally there wasn't like that many games on. We only had like 2 games for the NES. It was Super Mario Bros. 3 and an off-road racing game that was like from the top, not following in 3D, like 2D racing. And it honestly was quite shit. But we had a lot of fun. Like back then we really sucked at video games, of course, like kids do, never been really accustomed to gaming and such. But anyways, we played Mario really a lot, we played co-op, me and my brothers. My sisters were way too young back then to play any games. But anyways, moving on, just going through these. After a while we actually also got a PC. Back then we actually didn't even have a PC, so that tells quite a lot about, what kind of upbringing I had. But after a while, we got a PC and I started to play online games. And like really, I had a lot of fun. Like one game that I really early got caught into was RuneScape. And this is not the RuneScape you have today, this modern. This is like the real old school RuneScape that didn't even have an auction house or anything like that, just or Grand Exchange it's called. But it was really just a grind, the old grindy game that many RuneScape lovers still remember from today. It was even older than what they call old school servers today, and we had a lot of fun with that. Really a lot of fun. But so I played RuneScape for a really long time. Like I grinded that game on, and my mom was really pissed at me from time to time because I sunk so much time into playing RuneScape. Anyways, quite in the early stages, my mom was never really like, she was still controlling a lot of what we did, and the violence you see in RuneScape was pretty much the edge of what she was able to tolerate. So what we quite early got her to buy us a Tekken game, like Tekken the old fighter. Everyone should know that. And she quickly took that game away when she saw us playing it because it was too violent, she thought, for us. And we were not like children there, we were starting to become youngsters. But anyway, she took that game away and we didn't get it back until we were much older, and the PS2 was already coming out back then. But anyways, after that, the PS2 came out, and actually my dad was kind enough to get us a PS2 quite early. And when I got the PS2, I actually started to get into Formula 1. Actually, I started watching Formula 1 with my dad, and he bought me, I think it was Formula 1 2003, and I got really addicted to that game. Like seriously, I used to spend hours upon hours in that game, also doing different kind of championships, and also later on I got the Formula 1 2005 game, and my career mode in that game was awesome. I played it for so many hours. Like I could do single races that were like full on 3-hour races, just sitting there and just enjoying the game for what it was. Just I was kind of much of a, what you would call a daydreamer. I used to drift off in my mind, just lapping. Like sometimes I could drive like 20 laps without even like knowing what I'm doing. And like I really miss that day. It was absolutely a blast back then. But anyways, so back then I was really good at those games, like just monotone games that you grinded out. But it was really my first introduction to gaming in of itself. But soon after that, we actually got the first really violent game that my mom finally gave up. I think I was getting, quite old. I wasn't far away from like 15, 16. It's a little bit blunt, so I don't remember it that well. But the first violent game that she really allowed us to play was GTA Vice City Stories. She did not like us playing that game. We played it much in secrecy, but at least she didn't take away that game. So that game was really my first introduction to the GTA series, and that was Vice City Stories. I played that game so much. It's not even funny how much me and my brothers played that game. Like, I think I've completed it like 100% all collectibles at least 20 times, because we didn't get a lot of game. Like, my mom and dad wasn't the wealthiest, like, and games were always extra, so pretty much the only time we got new games was for Christmas, so we used to play the same games over and over and over. It was right at this time, after these first games, I actually started when I got my first real like addiction to games was definitely with the early RuneScape gaming I did. I played so much RuneScape, and it lasted for a long time. But after RuneScape, the next game I got into was actually Call of Duty 4. Yes, I have also been a Call of Duty 4 addict, and I was absolute brainstorm of an addict to that game. Sorry, I'm gonna skip the cinematics here, but I think everyone has seen those a couple of times already. But and also I don't want to distract myself too much. Anyways, the next games we really got into was like COD 4, as I told you. And COD 4, I was so into that. Like, I think I once completed every single challenge. I unlocked every skin in multiplayer, and also unlocked every single challenge completed. Like, insane amount of time I put into it. And like, I think it varied for many years. I played online all the time. I even at one time went into one of these ranked servers. I pretty much played the same servers all the time just to see where I fit on the rankings. And when I was at my peak in the COD 4, I went at a KD of 52 to 2. No, it was 51 to 2, only using the M9 the whole map. Like, the way I did that was to use the old MP5, Bandolier and M9, because the M9 pistol took the same ammo as the MP5, so you had a lot of M9 ammo, and I completely went on a tear with that. And honestly, today I'm not even close to that good in any Call of Duty games, not even COD 4 anymore. I go back, you know, my old skills are there. I was never really much of a quick scoper, but I was really quick with just the normal aiming on a sniper. Like, I could hit a person within like a few inches on my screen if they just ran through a gap or something. I was really into the game, and I was really addicted to it. I never had that much of a COD like addiction since. I've played many of the other COD games, but none really stuck with me like COD 4. It just wasn't possible to get as addicted to anything else, because COD 4, there was nothing like it after that. Anyways, this is where we start moving into my older years, where I'm starting to make, you know, my own money on summers, and also started to get money from my mom and dad by doing work outside. So now actually we are gonna move into some games. This is the section where I started to buy my own games for the PS2, and I also started to play much other games that cost more money to play, and I simply by using my own money to buy these things. And one of the first games, as you said, I was a big big RuneScape fan, and that almost led to a very natural transition into the game World of Warcraft. And World of Warcraft, I have made so much time put into World of Warcraft. I have played it for so many years. I still play it today from time to time. It's of course not the same. World of Warcraft was in in its expansion, the Wrath of Lich King. When I jumped on, I got introduced to the game by a friend that I made once I got out of the first, school, and I played some World of Warcraft at his house, and after a while I decided, okay, this is gonna cost me some money, but I really want to play it, so I started with the 1 month trial, and after that I just started to get, 1 month playtime every time I managed to save my money for it, and truly that addiction is still with me today. I really love World of Warcraft. The game has changed very much since I played it like the first time, and honestly I never really stay in World of Warcraft for that much time because I never got really socially involved in the game. I pretty much leveled up to max level doing dungeons and everything, but I never really got into raids. Like most of the raids I have done are just the legacy raids, just soloing everything. And also I was never much of a PvPer. I've always been more about co-op than anything else. But I'm losing a little bit track in the game of what to do here. But other than that, like the World of Warcraft game, I've played it so much, and the main reason why I don't play it all the time is pretty much just because I have not managed to get into the social part of the game. Anyways, from World of Warcraft, besides playing that for this year, I played a lot of other games. Like at the end of the PS2 era, I actually picked up a game series called Prince of Persia. I played with a friend. I think it was the second one in the trilogy that everyone loves, like the Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, Warrior Within, and the Two Thrones. And I played Warrior Within with a friend, and I really loved it. So the first game I got for myself was the Two Thrones, and my god, that game was difficult for me. It was a real time I really got a game that was truly like difficult for me, and I put a lot of time into that. Like it took me, I even think like I quit the game to play other games in between because I couldn't just get through it. I was so stuck on the bosses with all the bottom mashing and everything. But after a few years I actually got through it. Like back then I had a really tough time actually getting through games. I really sucked at games. But I got through those, and the Prince of Persia series is still near and dear to me. I really love it. I'm always gonna continue to love that series. And the later games have very much disappointed me. Like they came out in 2008 and all those. So I have played them, but definitely not interesting. I'm hoping that in the future they will bring back the Prince of Persia of old and really make some justice to that series, but I can always just hope. Anyways, at the end of my Prince of Persia playing, we actually move on to the PS3. Like in early PS3 I couldn't get it. Like my parents back then did not buy, they have not bought a PS3 since then. Even I had to save up the money for myself and buy my PS3. And I think I had already completed like the elementary school or everything. I was let's see if I remember. Yeah, I was almost into my 20s before I actually got my first PS3. But I got introduced to PS3 through a friend, and I remember playing games like the games like Worms 2, Armageddon, and also I watched him play a bunch of different games. Like one game in particular that stuck with me was of course Assassin's Creed, and everyone knows that series for now. But this was actually the game that actually got stuck with me was Assassin's Creed 1, the very first one that they made. That game, there's not even a single Assassin's Creed since then has captured the same magic that the first one had. Definitely, it didn't have like the same like how do you call it? Like it has evolved since then, but none of them have really captured the old magic in that Assassin's Creed had. Like, you know, I was so fascinated, you know, trying to reach the top places and jumping off them was really fun, and having these enormous battles with thousands of enemies. Well, not thousands, but you know what I mean. It just captivated me on such a level, and I really enjoyed that a lot. And also another thing that PS3 introduced to me was trophy hunting, and this is where I started to play so many different games. I played games to get the platinum trophy. Like the platinum trophy was like my main thing with the trophy hunting. Like, just I bought a new game and I pretty much played it through until I had the platinum trophy. Then I went on to the next game and so on. And the most memorable games I played at this time were Assassin's Creed, of course, as I've talked about. Then also I played Skyrim. I've also played Skyrim since then on PC. Definitely like played it back on PS3. I played it on PC. Like Skyrim is just a great game, and it holds up very well today. Like if you haven't played Skyrim ever, it's definitely a game I recommend you pick up and play it, because there's so much replayability, and in order to complete the game 100%, like it's seriously, it takes a lot of time. Like getting the platinum trophy was not that bad in the game. It was just a lot of grinding and finding secrets. But you know, that's a game I really loved. Another game that I really liked is also the Dragon Age series. I tend to play games that have really a lot of different, really deep lore, such as, you know, World of Warcraft and Dragon Age and Skyrim. They have this deep story to them, and also really a lot of immersion in the games. So really, I just love playing those kind of games. RPGs in general. I played a lot of RPGs and always loved playing RPGs. I still love playing RPGs to this day. Like Dragon Age Inquisition is quite a new game, and I still play it from time to time. Just load it up just to relax and play a good game. So the Dragon Age series is definitely something I can for you RPG lore fans. If you want to try something out, something different, it's really a game I recommend a lot. Now we're also getting in like to the PS4, switch over to the PS4, and PS4 I got quite soon after the launch, because by this time I already had a steady income, mostly just to student support and loans and such that. So yeah. But anyways, next up, I think I have talked pretty much about the main games that I've played, just going through my gaming story. But here we come to the big one, the one that pretty much my entire gaming history has gone into where I am right now, and that is GTA 5. So when I first picked up GTA 5, I played through the story mode, and when I'm talking about playing the story mode, I mean getting every single collectible and everything like that. So it took me a long time to complete story mode. So I jumped into online quite late. But then, quite quickly I decided, after I finished the story mode, I had all the trophies and everything, I jumped over to GTA Online. And quite quickly I grew addicted to it. It was just so different. Like back then it wasn't that difficult to do, but like trying out all these kind of different game modes, and just also completing the multiplayer section of the trophies, and there was a lot I could do. And quite quickly I got really into the racing scene of GTA. Like I really loved how the racing felt in the game, and I felt that this is something I really could get into, and I did get into it. But and as you know today, like I have been racing for a long time. So of course, when you start racing, like there are two things you can do. Of course, you want to know what the like the biggest, the fastest car and the best car to use in each class is. You can try it out for yourself, or you can go the lazy route like I went. So I searched, I googled what like the fastest cars in GTA Online, and you can of course guess where this is going. I found Bruffy's videos, and this was back when the original series, he hadn't even completed like all the original testings yet. He had the fastest cars, I think he just had like the first stock testing videos out, and I looked through them, and then I started to look at the other videos that he had, you know, general racing ideas, and I just looked into it. I looked at these videos and also started reading, you know, forum topics and everything, and it was so unique how much depth there were to these games. Oh, now I'm driving completely. I'm just starting to drive around again. But just how much details there were in the game, like in the racing scene, and I really grew addicted to it. And I just started, I really gotta do this. But I quickly grew like addicted to also Bruffy's videos. Like I watched all kinds of different stuff, also just to try and arm myself with as much knowledge I can to actually try and conquer the racing world and just have some fun with it. So when he announced that he was going to do Nonchalant Dominance, I joined up really quickly to the NoDo racing scene. And at the early stages, I think like I joined the racing crew and just tried like driving different kind of like different modes, and like I said, the first thing I did was just try different tracks, like try and what kind of tracks were good to have, like what was good tracks. I tried out playing with different NoDo people, but I never really got into the event scene. After a while being NoDo, just doing like normal races from day to day, I actually watched a video, the first endurance race that was ever like organized from NoDo. I think it was sports on the North Loop, and it had all these you know big names that were the original guys that played the game. And I played and I was just I really got, I thought that wow, how can I get like into these kind of things, like pre-organized with clean racing and everything. And I joined up to the forums. I remember even I posted in the comments of that video just you know, how do I get involved into these, and Bruffy was kind enough to give me a link to the forums, and then I signed up to the forums. So, long story made short, NoDo has definitely changed my gaming. Like, I still do some trophy hunting today, but I can tell you, I did not play a lot of in the beginning. Like, I'm completely serious. Sorry, my concentration is going a little bit because of this this game section right here. But anyways, like the first event I went with was the Los Santos Grand Prix endurance race, which was the second ever endurance race organized on the forums. And I actually went on to win GT2 in that class. And so I went on to win that GT2 in the Comet, and it was that was quite an interesting one. Like, the only reason I really won that was because the best guys DC'd, and but anyways, kept on with that. Was a lot of fun, and I just kept on doing. Like, since then I've done so much. I've done so many events. I've also organized my own events, I was even a commissioner at a time in NoDo, for those that don't know that. And honestly, I'm not a commissioner anymore. That was changed when Bruffy thought there was too many commissioners, and he decided to. I think he removed all commissioners except for a few, and he has then replaced many of us. Like, I haven't got my commissioner's site back. Of course, it would be nice to be a commissioner in the future again, but I'm very happy where I am right now. But I've done a lot in NoDo, and also my name has been quite recognizable. You know, like, I get it from time to time, like people run into like sending me messages on when I'm online, like, hey, are you not that guy, you know, from NoDo, and you know, weren't you that guy in that Bruffy's video? And that's interesting, like how my name is recognizable, even though I'm not that you know, that good. Essentially, I'm not one of the best, but it's I would consider myself a little bit of unoriginal in NoDo. I was there, you know, in the early PS3, Xbox 360 days, and the community back then was so different. It was so small, but it has truly grown, and it's been really interesting to see how NoDo has grown, and I've also grown with it quite a lot, and really interesting to see how it also will develop in the future as we get more games and everything. So definitely I love NoDo as it is, and I don't see myself leaving NoDo anytime soon. But finally, here to round everything up, I would actually like to talk about, you know, me getting into YouTube. I think the original idea of me getting into YouTube was actually the highlight videos that Bruffy made for the season 2 of the Multiclass Endurance Championship. I looked at these videos, and I was so impressed by how good these videos were made, and I decided, like, wait, maybe I could do this also. I don't know if it was the highlight video from season 1 or season 2 that he made, but it was at least some of the Multiclass Endurance Championship highlight videos that inspired me to start my own YouTube channel, and that's where we are today. Like, I'm really lucky with my YouTube channel. Like, right now I am at 133 subscribers, and I'm getting like 50 views per video, which is absolutely insane for a guy at 133 subscribers. I was alone on YouTube, and I think I owe so much to the community of Nonchalant Dominance, and also I owe so much, like, to every one of you that watches my video. Right, really thank you for watching my videos, and also commenting on them and giving me criticism how to evolve. And like, I really love doing YouTube, and I hope to be able to grow my channel in the future to have more of this kind of stuff with it. And this new series here will give me a chance to really tell more stories about more games, and just like have some fun, like just have some fun with YouTube. I really love, like, everything about YouTube, you know, editing, responding to comments and all that. So you guys truly make YouTubing a lot of fun. Like, I think every YouTuber always says it, like, it sounds a little bit ridiculous how much we like YouTubers say it, but truly the fans are the thing that makes it possible to even, like, all the good comments, even the criticism comments, all the views, all the likes, really makes it's kind of addicting actually to post up a video and just wait, like, how many views can I get on this for 1 week, and to see one of my videos go up at 133 subscribers and get 50 views in 1 week is absolutely insane to me, and I owe it all to you guys. Anyways, I think I'm gonna round this first episode up, and also, if you maybe want to be on a future episode, like, you don't even need, like, everyone has a story, and every story is different, and I want to hear so many stories that I can. So if you feel like you want to be on a future episode with me here, talking about games and talking about how you became a gamer, then make sure to post that down in the comments. You can also tweet at me, or like anything like that, just take contact with me and maybe we can make a future episode happen. I don't know how often I will be pushing this series out, but I'm hoping to get a couple of episodes out. I'm quite busy, to be honest, with school and everything, so I'll try and get, you know, in my free time as many episodes out as I can. But it's definitely gonna be interesting, and I very much look forward to hearing other stories of games. Like, absolutely amazing. But anyways, I have kept you here long enough. I think this video is already like 30 minutes long. So I want to thank you everyone for watching. Absolutely, you know, you really make YouTubing worth it. So thank you everyone. Thank you really, and I will see you next time.